Hello students, hope you all are doing well. Today I will conduct a lecture for the subject Skill Development, BCom, second year, semester 4th. In this today's lecture, we will discuss about the different techniques in personality development, which is uniquely and we have already started and covered 2-3 points like self-confidence, what is self-confidence, goal setting, then how to manage the available time with an employee is having in his workplace, that is time management we have gone through it, and at the same time we have seen effective planning, correct? Today we will cover the next technique, that is stress management. Now you all are aware about the word stress. Even the children, they also have stress, but how an individual express his stress. Being a child, he will cry and he will keep his demands. Okay, like if he is feeling hungry, he will cry. If he is very small child, okay, before 1 year or 6 months or 8 months child, okay, as he grows, okay, he starts speaking, he can express his feelings, then he used to speak, okay, I am feeling like this, yeah, I do not want to wear this type of shirt, I do not want to do this, I don't want to do that, okay, he expresses his feelings. In the childhood, if he is having stress, that stress is not actually presented in the way he will just cry or he will say no, I don't want to do it, but actually that thing is stress of his mind which is expressed in different way. Okay, now as the child grows, okay, as he is crossing different ages of his age, then he tries to understand. Okay, once he is grown up, okay, once he know how to understand the feelings, how to face the different challenges in the world, that time individual understands what is stress. So stress is your body's response to changes in your life. Okay, many times what happens at workplace, okay, being in the process of learning, as you're a student, okay, when you are a student you are different types of stress, like if you are in the college, your college is at Varda and you are coming from some other places like Ulgaon, Hingangan and so on. So in that case what will happen? What will happen? You always have a stress that I should get my train within time, I should reach the station in the time so that I can attend the classes in the college. So indirectly that stress reflects on your face, reflects on your mental health, correct? So stress is your body's response to changes in your life, because life involves constant changes, okay, and those changes may be from the small changes up to the higher challenges like securing a good job in a good company, okay, earning a good amount salary job. So these are, then your marriage, which is a very important part of your life, then if you are not successful in your marriage, so you may go for a divorce. It means these are the different stages, and at different stages people are prone to stress, they feel the stress. Although you say keep happy always, do not take load, don't take tension, although these things are there to keep you positive, but still there is a stress. Now the stress is not good for your mental health as well as your physical health. So what may be the causes of strength? Okay, so stress can come from many sources which are known as stressors. These sources are known as stressors. Now why these kind of stress, or why different types of stress, and what are the different sources which are responsible for increasing the stress in your life? Because our experience of what is considered stressful is created by your unique perception of what we encounter in life. Now what this line means, okay, the definition of stress is different for different individual. It is not like that coming to the college, reaching to the college within a said time may be a stress for a student A, but at the same time for the student B that may not be stress. He take that thing very casually. So it depends on your perception, it depends on your thought process, how you think and how you take the challenges in your life, how you keep yourself happy, what are your habits, what are your personality traits, available resources. All these things are the reason, means these things become the reason for the different causes of stress in your life. Still there are some common causes of stress in your life when you are at your working place or when you are in the in your service period, okay, when you are working at your workplace. So those are conflicts in company. Okay, it happens, you have some fight with your teammate, you have conflicts with your boss, okay, or you are not capable to cope up with your supervisors, with your superiors. So that is one of the reason for stress, the way employees are treated by their boss or superiors of the company. Okay, so it is not only that the employees and only the persons who are at the lower level they face stress, but it is observed that maximum times employees, okay, means the superior and the bosses, they are what you say giving workload to the employees, and due to that workload these employees feel that they are under stress. Then lack of job security, although they are working hard, they are giving their 100%, still they feel that there is no security in the job. Who feels that? The employees feel themselves that there is no job security. Anytime the boss can say that stop coming from tomorrow, you are not needed in our organization, etc., etc. So that becomes a biggest cause of the stress. Then company policies, different companies having their own policies, okay, and these policies may be a cause for a stress to the employees. Then co-workers who don't do their fair share, okay, when you are working in a team, when you are with your team members, when you are in the group of different workers, co-workers, at that time they are not ready to work more, or they are not ready to do the share, do the delegated work which has been distributed to them by the boss. Okay, so all the workload, all the tension is felt by a single employee, and other people in the group they are enjoying. So co-workers who don't do their fair share in the work which is delegated and distributed. Then another reason may be unclear expectations, the expectations of the boss, okay, the head of the department, he expects more from the employees, and due to these higher expectations, or maybe the expectations are not clear what exactly the boss requires, it is many times it is not clear, so the employees feel stressful. Poor communication, communication gap is one of the reason for the stress also. Okay, the information which is supposed to be passed to the supervisor, to the boss correctly, but some in between channel, okay, the persons who are passing on the information to the bosses, they people may be called as a mediator, they are playing unfair games and they are not communicating properly, they are not giving a correct feedback, and that poor communication becomes the cause of stress. Then not enough control over assignments, okay, the jobs which has been distributed is not equal, okay, no control of the supervisor, that may be the reason. Inadequate pay or benefits, obviously everyone is working to earn fair salary, but due to that monetary benefit, inadequate pay, the people at the work in the organization feel stressful. Urgent deadlines, okay, there are deadlines, okay, the work has been delegated and distributed as per the टाइम लिमिट, ओके, द आपको एक टारगेट दिया जाता है, इफ द यू आर नॉट अराइविंग to that target, if you are not what you say reaching to that deadline, then that urgent deadline may be the cause of stress. Too much work, okay, huge amount of work has been given to one worker and another worker who is sitting idle. So in equal distribution and delegation of the job, is one of the reasons for stress. Long hours of duty, long working hours is also a cause for stress. Uncomfortable physical conditions where the workers are working, they are not getting sufficient facilities, means very basic facilities, amenities like facility of ceiling fan, facility of water, facility of good and fresh air room, non-availability of such kind of physical conditions may be a reason for stress. Relationship conflicts, relationship with the co-workers, relationship with the boss, that if those relationships are not proper, those relationships are not maintained in the right manner, then they get converted into conflicts, and these conflicts become a cause for a stress. Co-workers making careless mistakes, okay. One person is a team leader, okay, he is always responsible for the complete job, and the other people who are doing their job, they are deliberately doing the mistakes. Those careless mistakes becomes the reason for the stress. Dealing with rude customers, okay. Customers are of different type. Every individual, every human being is having different nature, different thinking, and to deal with them, to deal with such customers, rude customers, okay, is a reason for stress. Lack of cooperation, okay, then how the company treats coworkers. There are a number of reasons for the stress at the organizational level. Then how to overcome. Now although the stress is there, but still you have to work in that organization, okay. You are working there since 2 years, 3 years, or maybe 5 years. Now you know the nature of the different workers, nature of the management, then the people, how the people are behaving in the management. So although there is a stress, but what do you feel? Because I am working here since 2 3 years, now I would like to continue the job here, but still now some of the following ways reduce a lower than usual stress level. Now how you can reduce your stress level? Although there is a stress, but there are some ways, some what you say suggestions are given to reduce the stress, okay. That is cognitive therapy, conflict resolution, mindfulness, meditation, music, deep breathing, yoga nidra, okay. Now see, whatever the points which are written here: social activity, cognitive therapy, atogenic training. Now such kind of reasons, now how they can reduce the stress. First of all, the very important thing is how these points which are mentioned here in our presentation, so how it can help to overcome from the uh, from this type of stress. Now we will see first, sorry, wait a minute please. Now here we will see what exactly is the meaning of atogenic training. It is also known as AT. It is a technique that teaches your body to respond to your verbal commands. These commands tell your body to relax and help control breathing. Okay. So when you are at workplace, continuously, while continuously working on the laptops, continuously for hours and hours working on the computer, you feel, or your physical problem arises, like problem of vertigo, okay, then problem of what do you say, your body ache, or problem of itching in your knees, or different kind of physical problems you face. Now what you should do in that thing, that all thing is covered in this, in that autogenic training. It is said that if your job is of working hours and hours for the computers, then what you should do, after every 30 minutes, or at least after every 45 minutes or 1 hour, you should move. Means don't sit at one place for more than 1 hour, okay. Take some training from the yoga educators, okay, they will definitely tell you, or do some exercises when you are sitting at the workplace, okay. Do the exercise like this, okay, so that there should not be pain your fingertips. So these kind of training should be taken by the employees to keep or to reduce the stress, social activity, okay, then cognitive therapy, conflict resolution, then getting a hobby. Every person has different hobbies. Somebody like to read novels, somebody like to listen to the music. So try to keep in touch with your hobbies so that you will feel stressless, or your stress will be reduced. So these are the different ways, okay, to reduce the stress using as a coping strategy. Deep breathing, okay, how you will do deep breathing? Sitting at the same place, sitting in the office, okay, just take a deep breath, so you will feel relaxed. Relaxation is more important in a continuous working hours. Now for that reason, what you should do? One should exercise after every hour, okay, move from your chair after every half an hour, do deep breathing, do yoga nidra, okay, do prayers, relaxation techniques, okay. So these things which are mentioned in these ppts are essentially important for reducing the stress level. Then meditation. Now what is meditation? Actually, why it is covered in the technique of personality development? Very important question. Because when you are a skillful employee, okay, you are very important from the company's point of view. You are one of the person who is responsible for increasing the target of the company. So being an important employee of the organization, employer or the management don't want to leave you, okay. Sometimes in some corporates the things are like that, which I have seen. So when you are, what you say, you are the person, very important person, and you are liked by the management, then in that case you must have a workload. You are always engaged by the people, you are always overloaded with the work. In that situation, what is required to keep your body and mind cool? First, very first thing, if your mind is fresh, if your mind is cool, then only you can carry on that workload. Otherwise you will feel some physical problems, you may face the problem like blood pressure, diabetes, okay. So blah blah, n number of problems, physical problems are there. So to keep yourself free from all these issues, okay, like blood pressure or diabetes or any other physical health problem, in that case, to keep yourself stressless, okay. See, stress is there, you cannot be completely stressless at any moment in your life, but still to reduce that stress, what is required? Meditation. And what is the exact meaning of meditation? Meditation is the practice where an individual operates or trains the mind or induces a mode of consciousness, okay. See, only remember one thing, what an individual need to keep his mind cool, to keep his body energetic, and for that reason meditation is one of the practice which is used by an individual to keep his body and mind always active and fresh, correct. So meditation is required. Meditation involves an internal effort to self-regulate the mind in some way. Meditation is often used to clear the mind and ease many health concerns such as blood pressure, depression, anxiety. Okay, how it helps? Meditation helps you in reducing the problems like physical health problem like blood pressure, depression, and anxiety. So different types of meditation techniques. Now when once you understand, actually meditation is such a word or such a technique which is somehow related with, what you say, that it is not easy to keep your mental health always cool and happy. So for that reason meditation is one of the term which is related with the yoga therapy, we can also call it, okay. In yoga it is always said that do meditation. Now saying do meditation is very easy, but it is very difficult to concentrate. So concentration is first stage in case of meditation. If someone tells you to meditate, then what you will do? You will close your eyes, you will sit at one place, okay, you will use asana of yoga, and there you will start doing meditation. Okay, now concentrating. So concentration or concentrating your mind is what you say, a primary requirement of meditation. If you can concentrate, okay, bring your complete concentration here, this place. Always in meditation technique, it is said that concentrate, forget everything from your mind, okay, and always think that you and God are one. So this is what is a meditation of yoga says. And for every reason, and the reason for the meditation may be different, but the aim of the meditation, every meditation is very same, and that is to keep your mind cool, to keep your mind healthy. For your mental health, meditation helps you a lot in keeping your mental health very cool. So meditation is used. So to reduce the health problem like blood pressure, depression or anxiety, meditation is one of the important technique which is suggested by the yoga practitioners, which is suggested by the management gurus, and everywhere you will find in personality development technique, meditation is the what do you say, one of the part in personality development. So different types of meditation techniques: concentration, reflective meditation, mindful meditation, then what is that, heart centered meditation, and creative meditation, visualization or visualization. So first of all, I think meditation also includes the spiritual, it is a part of the spiritual world. Okay, now spiritual means what? If you believe in God, or if you say yes, God is there, you are spiritual, means you believe in God. So believing in God starts with meditation. Okay, once you say forget everything, okay, just concentrate here. Saying is easy, but doing is not easy. So for that reason you need some spiritual background also. If you listen how to remove the different causes of depression, different causes of what do you say, for example, unemployment is the biggest reason for the depression in today's world. Now if the person is not employed, if he is not having a good job in his hand, then obviously his mind will feel that I am jobless, how I can earn the money, there will be anxiety. So saying is easy, but doing is not easy. So although it is a technique, okay, suggested, but still it is not easy to meditate. So from spiritual point of view, meditation is easy for those who are blessed with everything, but the person who do not have anything or who want to achieve things in his life, they can meditate and they can earn, but it is not easy for everyone to do that, to follow it and concentrate your mind. Still we have to see the different types of meditation techniques. Concentration is the heart of all types of meditations, but in some technique focus is predominantly on building concentration. Then another type of meditation is reflective meditation, is also known as analytical meditation and refers disciplined thinking. So there are different types of questions or reflective ideas that you can focus on, such as who am I? Just now I have discussed the spiritual background. Then who am I? What is the true purpose of my life? What is the role in this? What is my role in this universe? Why I am here on this earth? Okay, such kind of questions are raised in this type of meditation. How can I help to remove the sufferings of others? Then mindfulness meditation Mindfulness meditation is one of the most powerful and alternative meditation techniques which lays emphasis on cultivating a highly receptive mindful attention towards any action or objects with your sphere of influence. Mindful, if you have good mindset, if your thoughts are good, if your ideas of living a life is good, then you can do this meditation successfully. But it means what? You should be a good human being. If you are good, then the thoughts in your mind will be good. Okay, you will always like to do something for the others. But if your mind is dirty, if you don't want to think in a good manner, that time you have to take lot of efforts to concentrate, because concentration is the heart of all types of meditation. So mindfulness meditation, heart centered meditation, will help you to release all your fears and sadness, and in the radiance of loving kindness and compassion. It is also known as the heart chakra meditation. Again, just now I have uttered the word yoga bhyas, means yoga practice, yoga education, yoga, where it is said chakra meditation. Okay, there are different chakras in our body. Okay, that is a different issue, different subject. But here, practicing this meditation over a period of time will help you to heal your heart and that of others. This meditation techniques help in opening the heart chakra and removes negativity, negative energy of your body and mind. Creative meditation visualization. Different types of meditation techniques. This form of meditation will enable you to consciously cultivate as well as strengthen different qualities of your mind. Okay, what it helps to strengthen the different qualities of your mind. It focuses on strengthening qualities such as appreciation, joy, compassion, patience, empathy, love, gratitude, etc. etc. Correct? So here meditation is completed. Then concentration techniques. Now, as concentration is the heart of all types of meditation, we have seen different types of meditation, we have seen the meaning of meditation, but still concentration is the initial requirement of meditation, to concentrate your mind. Okay, all the world is useless. The only thing is that me, the inner heart, the God in me, I should realize who I am, why I am on this universe. See, this we have covered in this reflective meditation. So meditation is somehow the part of spiritual study, but still we have seen that different types of meditation and what is meditation. Now concentration techniques. Pay attention. The very first is, you cannot take in information unless you are paying attention, and you cannot memorize information unless you are taking it in. Okay, now here I am giving you a lecture, and in this lecture if you are not paying attention, then what will happen? Whatever the lecture I have delivered, whatever the talk, continuous discussion with you and me for 30 minutes or say 25 minutes will go in vain. You will feel sleeping, you won't concentrate. Okay, so if you are not paying attention, it means your concentration is at somewhere else, or else you are not concentrating on the thing which you are doing. So paying attention is very important. Then involve as many senses as possible. What is that? For example, if you are sitting in lecture, you will remember more of what is being said if you listen. Okay, for example, I am giving a lecture in the class. So what it says, involve as many senses as possible. Here, see, remember of what is being said if you listen and scribble down a few notes. Okay, only listening is not important. So when I am in the class, I always prefer that you should write some notes, okay, which the teacher is providing. But you people never like to write, but still it is one of the technique of concentration. Okay, involve as many senses as possible. So only listening is not sufficient, but after listening, if you take down the note, if you scribe down or write down in your notebook, that will help you to remember more. Or if you are reading a letter or an article, you will remember more of what is written if you read it loud to yourself. Okay, for example, if you are reading an article, reading a newspaper. Okay, simply reading is different and reading aloud yourself, that the words which you are saying, if you're reading that particular article loudly, that will go directly in your ears and that will help you to remember. So these are the techniques. Relate new information to what you already knew. New information is much easier to remember if it can be uh, executed. Sorry, this word is not correct. Okay, new information is much easier to remember. For example, if you are prescribed a new drug, okay, antidepressant drug, you can relate its side effects to the side effects of your old drug, or you might notice that both the drugs are from same class of drugs and that how they have a similar side effects. Means here what exactly it wants to say, only remembering the thing. Okay, you just try to do your self study. Okay, if you are buying any medicine, any tablets from the medical shop, okay, just try to see the drugs, what are the side effects of the drugs, what is the expiry date of the drug, then buy it. So you should do that study, your self study. Then structure information, if you need to remember what ingredients you need to cook a meal, think of them under subheading, how the dinner starts or how the cooking procedure starts. Okay, first of all you have to give starter, then main course and then dessert. So visualize how many ingredients are there in each subheading. It means if you have asked your friend for a dinner, and that time you have to plan first. First there will be starter, then there will be main menu, and finally there will be dessert. Now you know these are the headings. Now try to work on that heading, make subheadings, like in starter what are the options, in main course which kind of main course I will provide, Indian cuisine or Italian or any other options, and finally dessert. So make subparts, headings and subheadings to remember the things which is covered in concentration technique. Use mnemonics. So again, the information to visual images, sentences, rhymes. For example, you know the word postcog is the key word for management function. You need not remember the full form of it. The word is sufficient to remind its meaning. P stands for planning, O organization, planning, organization, staffing, directing, controlling, etc. Means every time you just remind the word postcog and you will remember the full form of it. Okay, so understand information, try to understand more complex material before you try to remember it. If possible, summarize the material in your own words and write or type out your summary. Okay, this is how all related to self study. Okay, how you remember the things. Okay, so rehearse information, review the information later on the same day or slip over it and review it on the following day. Okay, while before you go to bed, before you sleep, try to recall or rehearse the complete day, how you have spent, what is the important part of the particular day. Okay, try to remember the things. Exercise your mind, develop a new hobby, read a novel, learn a foreign language, or practice yourself at a crosswords or sudoku. Okay, exercise your mind, develop a healthy lifestyle. Okay, what is healthy lifestyle? Eat healthy, take balanced diet, take regular exercise, do regular exercise, avoid smoking. Healthy lifestyle increases the amount of blood and oxygen that is delivered to the brain and reduces the risk of medical conditions such as heart attack, Alzheimer's, etc. See, your lifestyle should be healthy. Get sufficient sleep. Sleep is necessary. At least 7 to 8 hours sleep is required. So that will keep you fresh and healthy. Sleep is necessary for memory consolidation, and feeling alert and refreshed improves your attention and concentration. So these are the concentration techniques. So today what we have seen, first we have seen stress management, then we have seen the different causes of stress, then how to overcome from the stress, then we have gone through with meditation, different types of meditation, then lastly we have seen concentration techniques. So we will stop here today, and further things of the syllabus will be covered in the coming lecture. Thank you.